in this business that we're talking about, this hybrid expert model, this hybrid expert approach, there are three key pillars to be successful. We call these three key pillars the following: attract, enroll, and deliver. Now, what does this refer to? Well, deliver refers to the way in which you deliver your products or services to your clients, how you deliver a transformation to your students, to your clients, to your customers. Enroll is how you convert non-customers into buyers, how you sell, how you enroll people into your program. And last but not least, attract is how you attract strangers into your world who become leads, who then buy and enroll in your program. So we have attract, enroll, and deliver. Now, the secret to success, as I've found, and certainly with our most successful students, is instead of trying to do all of the things in each of these areas, it's about narrowing your focus, putting the blinders on and having one path to success. I have a mentor that once used to say, there are a million ways to make $1 million. You got to pick one. So we have this philosophy here that is what we call 1-1-1, focusing on one way to attract, one way to enroll, and one way to deliver, so that you have all roads leading to Rome. You're not selling 1 million different products and services. You've got one thing that all roads are leading to: 1-1-1. Now, when we introduce this idea of leverage, there is leverage that you can achieve and accomplish in each of these three key pillars. And the leverage looks like the following. So in each of these three key pillars, attract, enroll, deliver, there is a path to go from tired and trapped to freedom and flexibility. We need to focus on each of these pillars individually and in isolation. And each of these pillars has a path that represents a low leverage way of doing things, coupled with a high leverage way of doing things. So on the deliver pillar, as an example, the low leverage way of doing things is offering a one-to-one service. Now, there's nothing wrong with one-to-one, but what it means is the only way that you can have more leverage is by taking on more clients. To grow your income and impact, you've got to work more hours and work with more people. The alternative to that, the high leverage approach, is what we call a group mode of delivery. Instead of working with people one-on-one, you're working with people in a group setting. On the enroll side of the equation, the low leverage approach of enrolling people into your program is to do individual one-on-one calls where every single conversation that you're having with someone is unique. The high leverage way of enrolling people is to have some form of recorded presentation that takes people in a group setting from not knowing what it is that you do and how you work with people into some form of group enrollment process. Last but not least, on the attract pillar, the tired and trapped, low leverage way of doing things is relying on one-on-one warm contacts that you might already have. The high leverage way of doing things is transitioning from relying on warm contacts to being able to get cold traffic, i.e. strangers on the internet who don't necessarily know who you are, to pay you money. So low leverage to high leverage. The path to go from tired and trapped to freedom and flexibility is from one-on-one to group, from one-on-one calls to group presentation, to one-on-one warm contacts to strangers on the internet in the form of cold traffic that you can reach people in a much larger scale. So I want to pause once again. We're going to do another poll here. And I'm just curious, if you were to isolate and pick just one of these key pillars in your business right now, which of these areas of your business, whether it's attract, enroll, deliver, if you were to achieve more leverage in that area, could make the biggest difference on your business and in your life? Go ahead inside the poll. Let us know where you stand right now. Take a moment to do that. I'll give you just a few seconds as I take a sip of water to do that. I'll share the results in just a moment. And Michelle, I'll invite you, if there's anything that's worth either speaking to or addressing or bringing up inside the comments that have come through, inside the Q&A, that either is a question that's come up or a nugget or an observation that you think is worth sharing, as we give folks just another minute or so to fill out this poll and give me a chance to take a sip of water.
Yeah, of course. I just wanted to share this comment from Carla when you were speaking about the hybrid expert, and you know how you're a bit of this. You don't necessarily see yourself as an author or as a course creator, even though you are all of those things. I thought this comment from Carla was really insightful. She says, I'm an individualist. I don't fit in any box. And I think that's kind of what that hybrid idea is. And Catherine says, I've got clarity on what I want to do to make the switch, but I think it's the grind to wrap up the burdens of what I'm under and build the framework that will enable me to make the switch. And I think we're going to really help with that today.
Beautiful. I love those comments, and I love this poll. We're going to share the results here, and you can see, look at the numbers. 60% of us focused on attraction could be the biggest leverage point in our business, 29% on the enrollment stage of our business model, and then 12% of us on delivery. Now, the good news is this. I think for the majority of us here today, focusing on that attraction phase, that is where we're going to be focusing. We're going to be focusing on that pillar right here. Now, I want to just speak to these key leverage points in each of these three areas that are going to be relevant to our conversation here today, which we've introduced, but I want to address here today. So what is the way to make that transition? Well, we've alluded to these a moment ago, and I want to define and articulate them right here, right now. On the deliver side, so the way to go from low leverage to high leverage in the delivery pillar in your business is to use what we call a hybrid program. And we'll spend some time defining what that means exactly and how that fits into your business. On the enroll side of the equation, we're going to introduce briefly this idea of a hybrid workshop, a group enrollment process that follows a very specific paradigm and pattern to enroll people into your program in a group setting. And last but not least, on the attract side of the equation, we have what we call a hybrid funnel.